As promised in my last video about the metaverse, today I'm going to discuss one diversified investment you can make on the metaverse right now. The investment I'm going to talk about today is actually an ETF that just went live this June, and the ticker is very easy to remember. It's META, Meta. And this ETF is designed to follow the Ball Metaverse Index and is designed to track the performance of the metaverse. And the index is focusing on 7 different categories of companies that are expected to play a large role in bringing the metaverse to the masses. The 7 categories are compute, networking, virtual platforms, interchange standards, payments, content, assets, and identity services, and hardware. And currently, if we take a look at the ETF's holdings, it holds 96.8% of its investments in stocks, 0.3% of which is made up of commercial services and includes payment solutions companies like PayPal and Square, which could play a big role in providing payment solutions within the metaverse. 3.6% of stocks are held in the computers category and includes Apple and Vuzix Corp, which is a tech firm that creates wearable display technology. 1.7% of stocks is invested in a category called diversified financial services and only includes one company right now, and that company is Coinbase, which IPO'd this year with crypto like Bitcoin and Ethereum breaking all-time high records. The fund probably included Coinbase in its portfolio because blockchain technology is expected to be the way people pay for goods and services within the metaverse instead of using traditional methods. And people are already using blockchain technology to do just this. For example, there's a virtual world called Decentraland that is up and running right now, and within that virtual world, there's a casino where you can play using a virtual currency called Mana, which you can buy from crypto exchanges like Coinbase. Another 2% is held in the home furnishings category and includes Sony. And one of the bigger categories is, of course, the internet category, which makes up 21.1% and includes multiple mega cap stocks like Alibaba, Alphabet, the parent company of Google, Amazon, Facebook, Tencent Holdings, Snap Inc., which is the owner of the popular app Snapchat, Sea Limited, which is a tech company based in Singapore and owns multiple subsidiaries like Shopee, which is a leading online shopping platform in Southeast Asia, as well as Garena, which distributes popular titles like League of Legends in East Asia. In the media category, there is only one company, and that company is Disney. Disney announced last year that it is creating a theme park centered around technologies like augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things. And Disney is hoping to use these technologies to enhance customer experience in their theme parks, hotels, cruise ships, and even in your home. Semiconductors make up a big chunk of the ETF, coming in at 28.7%, and includes well-known companies like Intel, Nvidia, AMD, Samsung, Taiwan Semiconductor, and others like Broadcom and Qualcomm, which provide semiconductor solutions and infrastructure software to support the connectivity of anything and everything involving the internet. And then there is the software group at 35.8%, with companies like Microsoft, which is also making developments in the metaverse by working on connecting the digital and the physical worlds using Microsoft's cloud computing capabilities. This category also includes Roblox, the company that many people associate with the metaverse because the platform allows its users to create live worlds and experiences within the gaming platform, one of the defining characteristics of the metaverse. There are also companies like Cloudflare and Fastly that provide network and edge cloud computing services, and Unity, which operates a real-time 3D development platform for everything from phones to VR and AR devices. Autodesk is also within the Meta portfolio, which makes sense as Autodesk is one of the most widely used design and modeling software out there. And also within the software group, there are a few Chinese stocks like Bilibili and Huya, the number one live game streaming platform in China. Then there's the telecom group with the biggest holding being Lumen Technologies, which is working to be a leading enabler for the fourth industrial revolution. Right now, the company's bigger customers include Salesforce and Zoom, and Lumen is providing integrated networking services for its customers. There are also Arista and Ericsson. Arista develops and sells cloud networking solutions, and Ericsson provides communication infrastructure. 1.7% of the fund is made up of real estate, which may come as a surprise at first, but makes sense if you think about it. Since the metaverse will need fast and stable connections between many users, the fund sees that there will need to be a growing number of new communications infrastructure being built to support the growing number of connected users. And now let's talk about the expense ratio, which tells us how much you're going to be paying the people that manage the fund. Usually for ETFs like this one, the expense ratios tend to be on the lower side when compared to actively managed funds. The way you calculate the expense ratio is you take the fund's operating expenses and divide it by the average value of the fund's assets. Taking a look at the Meta ETF's operating expenses, we see that it's not too high, coming in at 0.75%. And they provide a hypothetical scenario to show you how to calculate those fees. So in this scenario, they assume you put in $1,000 to the ETF, which launched in June 28th, and by June 30th, the account value dropped to 992.4. And the fees use an average of the account values. So in this scenario, we would take the initial investment of $1,000, add the current investment value at 992.4, and divide by 2 to get our average. Then we multiply the management fee of 0.75% and multiply the number of days since we started the account, which in this scenario is 2 days, so we multiply 2 and then divide it by the number of days in a year, which is 365. And this value is the expenses we paid during the period, from June 28th to June 30th. And you can apply the same calculation by adjusting the values to your situation. But if you don't want to pay any of these management fees, then you do have a choice to refer to the holdings in the ETF and make investments in the stocks that you like on your own. The choice is always there. Obviously, it's going to be tricky to follow the exact distribution as the ETF itself, but the option is there if you prefer managing your own portfolio. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button with the bell notification icon turned on, and I will see you guys in the next one.